Hello and welcome to Quick Bites, the show where we show you how to make a simple meal in a short amount of time. I'm Joey DiFranco, and today on our menu we have some delicious baked salmon with some white wine sauce and some asparagus. So let's get to the kitchen. All right, so here we are in the kitchen, and I've laid out our ingredients as I usually do. And when dealing with fish, it's always good to deal with a fresh cut of fish. I've gone over to the local grocery store and had their butcher there slice me up a nice piece of the salmon. It's a little over a pound and should feed about 2 people. Because you can see this is fresh fish, it's got its scales still on the side there. So I've gone ahead and our ceramic baking pan, I've added some extra virgin olive oil to the bottom of it to prevent the scales from sticking. So we're going to go ahead and spread the olive oil around in the pan to make sure it's got a nice and even coat. And it's nice using olive oil instead of your spray-on pan because this olive oil will provide a little bit of flavor for our fish. All right, so that's nice and coated. I'm going to go ahead and drop the whole fillet in there, scales on, ready to go. Fits perfectly in the pan. Now, it's always good when you're dealing with fish to wash your hands frequently and often because it is an animal, and like dealing with meat and poultry, there are bacteria that can breed if you don't keep your cooking area clean. Okay, well, we have here some fresh garlic, which is what we're going to add to our salmon to get our seasoning started here. Now, I am a big fan of the garlic press, as you guys know, but there's another way to get your garlic ready to go for your dish that doesn't involve the press. So for those of you at home that don't have one, you can go ahead and use this normal knife. What I've done is I've trimmed the ends off and taken the skin off this clove of garlic. And what I'm going to do is just kind of give it a quick smash with the knife by placing my wrist here on the blade of the knife. And you can hear it squish under there. It'll give way. And that starts the releasing of the flavor in the garlic. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of chop it up into some fine little pieces. Watch your fingers, as always. And just as good as pressed garlic from the press. I'm going to go ahead and add this to the salmon here. Just kind of spread it around there with the knife. Make sure it gets evenly coated, and you know, as the salmon cooks, some of the aroma and the oils from this garlic will get spread around. I'm going to go ahead and take our olive oil once again, add a little bit to the top of the fish. Now, oil is good for cooking, but it's always good not to overdo it. It is good because it helps keep in the moisture, but too much oil can leave your fish soggy and tasting not as good. All right, and a couple more steps here. I have here a bottle of white wine. Wine used for cooking, not for drinking, those of you who are underage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a little more than a half cup. You can just kind of eyeball it. What you want to do is this wine is going to be reduced in the oven, which means reducing a wine means all the alcohol is going to be taken out of it, and just the flavor of the grapes that the original wine was made from will remain. So it'll kind of be this kind of tangy, sharp flavor, very sweet though, because you're using a white wine added to the fish. And basically, you know, the oven's going to help steam and evaporate the wine, leaving just the flavorful parts left. I'm just going to add a few more things, and I'm here in Quick Bites usually try to show you quick and easy meals. This is not necessarily a quick meal, but it is so easy that you will be the life of the party by preparing a dish like this. So we have here our salmon, our wine, and our oil, and our garlic. I'm going to go ahead and add a few things, just some black pepper. Always essential in anything that you cook. All right, going to go ahead and add a little fresh ground salt. And a little bit of your favorite Chesapeake Bay seasoning. And one more thing we're going to add before we pop this in the oven is a little bit of some dried basil. All right, so I've preheated my oven here to 450 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and set the salmon uncovered in its tray right on in here. All right, so now you play the waiting game. About 45 minutes in the oven should do, but always check it because ovens occasionally cook at different temperatures. But I'll show you what it looks like when it's nice and done. All right, so a simple add-on to this dish is a fresh vegetable. And today we're gonna cook asparagus. Now, people are often afraid by asparagus. Hello! Because it's a little bit scary looking, kind of looks like green goblin fingers. But it's really easy to prepare, and it's a different taste than your normal, peas, carrots, broccoli, etc. And it looks a little fancy. So got it here. I just have a bunch of fresh asparagus I got at the store. Came rubber banded together. All I've done is taken off the rubber band and rinsed it off. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off the ends here. Some people leave them on. I choose to take them off because they are a little bit crunchier and harder once you get it cooked, and I prefer to, cut off the ends. All right. Now all you have to do is simply pop these in a pot of boiling water with a little bit of salt, some butter, and a little bit of garlic, and let them boil till they're soft. All right, and that's what it should look like. And it is wicked, wicked hot right now. As you see, that is boiling salmon juice, wine, and oil. So let it cool down for a little bit. Let it air cool before you go ahead and slice it and plate it. But that's definitely how it should look, and boy, does it smell delicious. All right, so I've gone ahead and plated a piece of our salmon here, and it was nice, tender, and moist, and broke apart, and so you can tell it's mouth-wateringly delicious. And I've plated our asparagus as well. You can tell the ends kind of turn a little bit translucent, and it gets nice and soft, and you can tell it's ready to eat. Serving suggestion, a glass of some white dessert wine if you're of age. If not, try a sparkling grape juice. Goes well with that. You want a sweet taste to go with a little bit of the peppery tanginess of the salmon. This has been Quick Bites. I'm Joey DiFranco, and we'll see you around.